Today we'll talk about how things would go if off screen towards the end of the mission Caida Libre, Martin Madrazo got the upper hand on Trevor before he managed to kidnap Patricia and dip in Martin's car. And also, destroy his ear, but we don't gotta talk about that. But how this would go down is Martin Madrazo's guards would come out with shotguns and they'd drill Trevor like Swiss cheese. Michael then gets a call from Martin explaining the situation, and since Michael didn't really do shit and he didn't really owe Martin Madrazo anything anymore, they just agree to stay away from each other, and Michael would be fairly confident in the whole thing, at least initially, right? Because that's never how these things work out. He would on one end want revenge, and on the other end he would just be relieved because he knew, at least on a subconscious level, that it was only a matter of time before Trevor found out about Brad, and so Michael, at least for the time being, chooses to let it go. The crew doesn't go on the run, but they would still have to do monkey business and the Politos score. However, in this reality, the duo would barely escape alive. The big one never happens in this reality, mainly because, like Michael and Lester said, they could never do it without Trevor. That's if the topic was ever even brought up, because originally Michael and Trevor first talked about it again at the end of the mission Derailed, so who knows if that topic would even come up. Michael would, though, still have another share of problems on his hands, and that's that lately he's been noticing that he's being followed by Martin's goons, but for now, he wouldn't really worry about it. That is until one day, and this would happen between the FIB raid and Michael working for Solomon Richards. Michael would get a hit squad sent to his house by Martin, not for any crazy reason, it's just that Martin sees Michael as someone who knows way too much, just like his cousin, and thankfully, if Michael can take care of dozens of Merryweather guards, he's got this taken care of as well. At this point though, we were just missions away from Michael's family returning to live with them, which means that they're safe. Michael, now under even more pressure than he was before, calls Franklin to back him up on the wrap-up right after the FIB raid, which remains unchanged by the way. During the wrap-up though, Franklin saves Michael from that Merryweather helicopter, but things accelerate when Michael now also has issues with Devin Weston, and him and Franklin would immediately after saving Lamar not go for the big one, but devise a plan on how to get their hands on a lot of money without going for the UD, of course, and take care of their enemies, because that's priority number one. They decide on robbing Martin Madrazo himself, and this is where the deleted heist known as the Sharmuta job would happen if it was in this reality, which for the purpose of the story, let's say that it was. Instead of only robbing him, they'd use this opportunity to massacre his entire crew, and eventually, after taking his money, they'd kill him right at the ranch, and this also means that Patricia would have to share the same fate, simply because of what she saw. The final mission remains mostly unchanged, with the exception that Lamar is the one taking care of Devin Weston, and with that, everyone wins except for Trevor. Thank you so much for watching this What If. Leave your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments down below. Leave some of your interesting, good What If suggestions in the comments, and if I like them enough, I will do them in a future video. Also, leave a like on this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 3K subs before GTA 6, so let's go ahead and try to make that happen. Until next video or stream, bye bye.